Welcome back to the Debatable Podcast.
Debatable.
I'm your host, Saqar. Ahhah.
I'm Rayay.
And hey, we want to say thank you for tapping in. Man, listen, I woke up to watching the video. I don't know, was this this Trump video of him talking about executing drug dealers? I guess he was giving a whole speech. I don't know how old the speech is, but I just saw everybody chopped it up. I saw it on my son's page on Instagram. Then I saw Hocus for Fifth on Clubhouse having the conversation. And so I'm telling somebody, because when I'm like, that's crazy, what I'm talking about? And my son is like, see, you got what you asked for, what I'm saying? People got what they asked for, right? Or whatever. And then he also said he's going after the gangs. You heard? He said, we know where you guys are. We know the pockets y'all be in. You heard? I just was like, yo, it's not looking good, man. And then, but I was telling somebody, like I said, I was telling them I wasn't feeling how you going to take that approach, right? So one, that's definitely like, opposite of what Sexy Red and everybody was talking about all of these, what they call, the pardons that he gave and the clemencies and commutations and all of that. Now, so it went from, okay, a couple people got commutations, a couple people got pardons, but now it's a possibility that if that law gets passed, because let me ask you, is that the first time you heard that? Because I feel like I heard him say that before, right?
Yeah. Before I want to say, after he lost the election, it was conversation about him saying like he was winning the people's opinion, the public's opinion, and that was a conversation about he said, I will execute drug dealers. So when that took place, it became a situation where all the Republicans, all the fans of Donald Trump, they were excited about him executing drug dealers. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, look, that's a setup. The establishment are the ones that bring drug dealers in. I mean, I'm sure it's online somewhere.
Iran-Contra. What's his name? Oliver? Is it Oliver North?
Oliver North.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? There's footage of Clinton. He used to bring drugs with a private plane.
Well, it's not. It's this. What the question was? There was if we're talking about the same thing, there was an interview. There was on Air Force One. They did like a whole History Channel documentary. History Channel documentary on Air Force One, and there was a question because they talked about when Air Force One comes in the country, they can land anywhere. They could literally cut down the say they give you the coordinates or whoever's on the ground, and they could literally cut the trees down and create a landing, what you call that or whatever,
right?
Lane, what you call it, airway, whatever, a landing space for Air Force One. So the question was, were drugs being brought in on Air Force One? This was asked of one of the Clinton administration pilots. So I just was like, and this is on History Channel. So I'm like, why would you even ask that if that wasn't the case? Something that possibly happened?
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Right. I just went straight to it that it happened, but the fact that it was alleged and it was a question, it becomes, how come? Why is it even a conversation when you do have an Oliver North blowing the whistle about the whole thing with Iran-Contra? You know what I'm saying? You got Ricky Ross that breaks down the whole thing that he was dealing with CIA. Definitely. You know what I mean? How it was coming in, how it actually funded the government, the United States government, and now you want to execute. It's the same thing with now y'all want to legalize weed or marijuana, and now y'all profiting off of it.
Yo, can I add another one to the Oliver North situation, bruh? Yo, this guy was the head of the National Rifle Association at some point.
Wow.
Yo, president of the NRA. Yo, wait a minute. Is he still the president? Oh, come on. You could Google this, man. President, this dude is okay, so he was in office September 2018 to April 29th, 2019, man. So
I mean, this right here is interesting. It's interesting because if you're gonna target drug dealers and you are a drug dealer, you You know what I'm saying? It's just interesting. You know what I mean? It's like, was that the pot calling the kettle black? I mean, what's really good?
So look, on the Wikipedia, right? It says Iran-Contra affair. North came into the public spotlight as a result of his participation in the Iran-Contra affair, a political scandal during the Reagan administration in which he claimed partial responsibility for the sale of weapons through intermediaries to Iran, with the profits being channeled to the Contras in Nicaragua. It was alleged that he was responsible for the establishment of a covert network which subsequently funneled these funds to the Contras. But see, what they're not expounding on here is that drugs was a part of this.
Right.
They're not expounding on the fact that they were using drugs, they were importing drugs, and the drugs, so it was drugs and firearms, right? So, you guys got to do Google, do the research on your own. But yeah, definitely, that's the same thing I thought. I'm like, how... when we know that, and then remember, Reagan caught Alzheimer's, right towards the end of his death, right when we was close to, towards the, his latter years in life. All of a sudden, you got Alzheimer's. You know what I'm talking about? So either which way, how you gonna kill these drug dealers when you created the market? You created the market for this, man.
It's real interesting. That's a real interesting topic. I mean, those that's following it, definitely you got to continue to stay on top of it, you know what I mean, and let your voice be heard. Yeah, it's serious. And then they talking about going after the gangs. You know what I'm talking about? So that's true, because everybody, who's not a gang member in 2024, right? Like everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but you know what I'm talking about. And when you watch social media, it's a part of culture now. You definitely be feeling like, everybody's a gang member. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Because like all of the big social influencers and stuff like that, are definitely claiming the gang, and it's just, come on, it's crazy. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm just, it's gonna be interesting, because these young kids, if the death penalty is on the line, what you think, and then death penalty is on the line. Then what's the other thing they saying, that if what's it called, immunity? Mm-hmm. Immunity, for the police have immunity. Right. What you think gonna happen when one of these young kids get pulled over? Nah, it's a war. So it's a precursor to a war. What happens is, now once the civilian starts to revolt, and like, and because they're gonna look at it like, you setting me up. You created the condition for gangs. You created the condition for drugs. And then now that I participate in this condition that you created, and then now you want to, one, execute me, or two, put me in jail indefinitely, throw a RICO charge on me, or whatever the case is, it's going to become civil war. So just so y'all know, ChatGPT, because I definitely asked the Iran-Contra. And number two, here's how the alleged drug trafficking connections unfolded. Support for the Contras, which we talked about. That's 1. 2, drug trafficking. Allegations. It was alleged that the members of the Contras and associated operatives were involved in the drug trade, smuggling large quantities of cocaine into the United States. This cocaine was then reportedly sold in the form of crack in inner cities, generating significant profits. For who? CIA's alleged role. Investigative reports, particularly the work by the journalist Gary Webb, I wonder if he's still alive, detailed in the series Dark Alliance for the San Jose Mercury News, suggested that the CIA was aware of the drug trafficking but did not act to stop it because the profits were used to finance the Contras. The CIA's supposed complicity ranged from willful ignorance to potentially facilitating some aspects of the trafficking operations. Yup. So y'all do the research, man. I'm gonna make sure we can pull this up on the screen while we talking and stuff like that, and the editing and all that. But man, it's a new day.
Come on, man.
It's a new day.
So speaking of the I mean, I kind of want to go into the Hitman Holla Geechi Gotti battle, man.
Gotta go into that.
Yo, so no, but what
I want to know who won the 100,000 or the 200,000.
Oh, nah, he was definitely Hitman Holla was definitely like, yo, you need my wiring instructions. I mean, from what's being said, it's a 2-1. It's a 2-1. Everybody's saying it could be a 2-1 either way. You know what I'm saying? It could be a 2-1 Gotti.
So nobody lost.
First two, and or it could be a 2-1 Hitman second and third. But
nobody lost.
Definitely Hitman was on the they said it was debatable, and that's definitely gonna get people to want to go ahead and buy the stream. I definitely want to congratulate them on the success of the pay-per-view, because it wasn't a Cassidy, it wasn't a, you know what I'm saying, it was strictly the battle rap community. And they said, man, from the way he was looking, man, they did their numbers. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. And then, but interesting, I was like, they were on Wack 100, I guess, his stream or something like that. They all jumped on. Shouts out at the end of the day. But yeah, I just found it interesting that Wack 100 was in the battle rap. Like, this dude watched the battles, was rewinding it several times. So that was crazy. Who else? So Loaded Lux held a watch party, which was also controversial.
I want to know what he did wrong.
I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I'm just saying it even got brought up in the battle. Geechi Gotti brought it up. Like, he talked about, you worried about people watching the stream, but you need to be worried about the guys that took your watch or something like that. You know, something, I guess, he got robbed for his watch or something. But the line was ill. But, I don't necessarily say he was wrong, but, right? The question I put to y'all, and y'all can answer it in the chat, if, I thought that if you do pay-per-view, like, say, for instance, it's a Mayweather fight, right, on pay-per-view. From what I knew, that you had to have permission from the organizers to do a fight party where you were actually streaming the pay-per-view and charging people to actually watch the stream. I thought that was, like, the proper way. And then, so if you're charging somebody, then they would need to know what those profits are, and they would need to split those profits. And I think Loaded Lux did. I saw a brief video of Loaded Lux talking about it, saying that, he was trying to reach out, you know what I'm saying? But either which way, I don't know. I won't necessarily say it was wrong, because I don't think there was any malice intent in doing it. I just am recognizing that, if, you funding this pay-per-view, because that's what we do too, and they bootleg, I would think, Vado and Saqar. I also saw Smack talking about the bootleggers and stuff like that on a 15 Minutes of Fame interview.
Facts, yeah, I get that.
Him and Beasley, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, like, these expenses are crazy, especially if you want a dope production, you know what I'm saying? If you want dope rappers, if you want, all the bells and whistles, it's expensive. So, it to me, it does seem that if it's a promoted watch party and you charging people, yeah, it should be a situation where we're breaking bread on it. So, but I don't know if he went on to do it or not. But I know he had like a little group of cats watching it. It was Murder Move.
Shouts out to Loaded Lux, man, for being innovative. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is like, get it how you live. Get it how you live, man, and shouts out to you for that, man. And not saying that I'm saying, okay, go be reckless, but if cats want to come through and they contributing towards the pot, so be it.
That's debatable, because like I said, man, if we doing it, according to my knowledge of it, they supposed to tap in with the organizers and say, yo, like, listen, we want to get the licensing rights. They got rights for that. Like, that's what the big boys do. So we want to make this a big boy industry. Then we gotta put our big boy pants on. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yo, dude is a big boy.
I got it.
Come on, he could fill out a spot. He could get, I can see Lux getting 500 people to come to a venue to watch it, But it sounds like it was about only 40 or 50. I don't even know. I don't even know if he did it, because the little stream I saw, and again, I didn't see everything. I just saw something on Loaded Lux page, and it was just him, Mook, 38 Spesh, Benny the Butcher. That's what I wanted to get into when I was talking about all these celebrities into battle rap, right? And then some women, and it didn't seem like a whole lot of people, unless that was like one room or something, like unless that was like the VIP room or something. But it didn't look like a whole lot of people, to be honest. But yeah, man, that's debatable, but yeah, man, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
But
debatable.
But shouts out to them, man. But outside of that, rest in peace to Big Pun. His birthday was yesterday, November 10th. And I definitely want to shout out his son, fire freestyle. Then Tut, I got an ill idea for what's it called, tag team. I shouldn't say it right on here, right? Nah, I can't say it, man. I can't say it. I can't.
You
say
see how
it
we be cooking?
Yeah,
like, you
man,
know,
I can't even say it.
The Sazon beyond is beyond 24/7. The Sazon beyond 24/7.
That dude right there. But yeah, man, shouts out to him, man. I just hope whatever issues him and Fat Joe got, they could settle it, or his family. Yeah, man, come on. If you like 50 Cent and Fat Joe resolved it, then you know Big Pun's son and Fat Joe should be able to resolve it, man.
I mean, I only caught a clip of it. Fat Joe said he just got out the way, man. He's like, yo, look, he got out the way and let them handle whatever they had to handle.
Right.
Because but he made sure everything was good for Pun. Publishing, you know what I mean? Like, but the way Fat Joe explained it, he ain't jerk him. He just got out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either way. I just know that it'd be dope if they put the bygones behind him, because Fat Joe's momentum behind that skill set. Oh my gosh.
He's nice.
Yeah,
he's
man.
nice. He's nice.
But yeah, man, R.I.P. man, and shouts out to his son, man. And yo, we was just watching Trick Daddy, man, talking about
he's not African American.
Yeah, he said I don't want no afro in front of my name, and I ain't got no. He ain't African. He's like, I heard it's a beautiful place.
Man, you're African American, bro.
My mother ain't been there. My mother's mother ain't been there. But this how I like to talk about it, man. You ain't gonna find a Chinese person that's gonna be in a foreign country. I don't care how many generations, 3-4 generations of Chinese people have children. They not gonna be like, oh, I'm yellow. You know what I'm talking about? Huh? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna be like, I'm yellow, I'm not Chinese. Bro, they're gonna tell you I'm from China. You know, so maybe, you know what? But you know, the specific question wasn't asked to him, like, are you from Africa? Maybe if you ask him, he'd be like, yeah, I'm from Africa, but right now I don't identify with being from Africa. My ancestors put all this work in America, and so I'm staking my claim here. That could be the case, you know, but I just think that he should, you know, be more articulate about it, because right now
he don't know no better. You know what I mean? Like, you could be 50, 60, 70 years old. You only could move, you know, as progressive or sound as intellectual for the knowledge that you have. If you don't got it, you don't got it. And the thing about it is, Trick Daddy, he made some good music at the time. You follow what I'm saying? He made some good business move. I guess he got some wing shops or whatever the case is. Right now, that's all good. But then now, when it comes to this conversation of you not being an African American or African descent, my man, you're off base. You follow what I'm saying? Like, you're off base. And I saw the video. And you know, you sound crazy. You follow what I'm saying? Because now your fans, you're gonna have fans that's gonna say, yeah, you're right. All I know is America. My man, before there was slavery, we came over to America, right? You had Mansa Musa, right? That traveled from West Africa over to America. Before there was a Christopher Columbus, right? So now that's Africa coming over to the Americas, right? Then you had the Olmecs. They also traveled to the Americas.
Facts.
You follow what I'm saying? Which mixed with the Chinese that came through the Bering Strait, that created what you see today as your Mexicans, or what there was called Aztecs as before, the Mayans before. That was through a mixing of the Olmecs and the Chinese that came through the Bering Strait. So you have to understand, my man. Whether you came from Haiti, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, you had this mixing that took place from Africans that came over. We're not even talking about the slave trade.
Nah.
I'm talking about before. This is before the slave trade. So when you say all you know is America, okay, all you know is what you know. And you know, hope it comes by your radar, because we're letting you know, my man.
And if you disagree, step to the plate and let us know if it's debatable or not.
Man, he's open to come for friendly conversation.
Let's debate, man.
A whole lot of laughing to happen.
It's debatable.
Come on, it's debatable.
See y'all tomorrow.
Hold up. You know, Tyson is supposed to receive 20 million, and Jake Paul is supposed to receive 40 million.
Wow.
That's whack.
I mean, that's he organized it.
Who? Paul?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's Jake Paul's thing, man.
I ain't hating.
Yeah.
I ain't hating.
It's debatable.